I call it a revolution.
It is a revolution.
Internet counters have quickly taken over the realm of like
You're a superstar.
sports, politics, science. We are like the real Illuminati.
Yes.
And by the way, there's no dumber comments than on Pro Football Talk.
But wait.
Have you read Barstool Sports recently?
Okay.
Yeah, we take that. We could take that crown for sure.
I love your accent too, man. We got our buddy who is Big Cat from Barstool, Chicago, and the Big Cat's got his satin Bears jacket.
Picking number 11 today.
That's a little too snug on him. He's got the mustache.
The mustache.
The Bears are like the Eagles. It doesn't really matter who they pick because they need everything, right? It's like whatever the Bears take today, I'm happy with.
That's right. A PFT commenter, you got a great look about you.
Well,
You look like a rocker.
I was compared to, I think, a fat John Lennon yesterday. I'm not even that fat.
No,
I mean, I guess
you're
I'm
not.
fatter than John Lennon, who like only ate beans or whatever.
I would say the dead dude from Blind Melon, and
Looks like Geddy Lee.
yeah.
The other dead dude, Mitch Hedberg.
You look like you look like
Dead guys.
a young Geddy Lee, man.
Yeah, well, I'll take that as a compliment. I've been called a lot worse than that.
You got the long hair, sunglasses.
Yeah.
It's got a good look.
Can I just say, making us share a mic is a total intimidation factor, so hats off to you guys. It's like a total
Listen,
power move.
if that one worked, we wouldn't have to share, man. It would be all right. All right, couple things. One, I want to get to PFT. All right? Okay. All right, PFT commenter. I got to ask you a question.
Okay.
All right. Idea of playing quarterback in Philadelphia. The cauldron that is playing in a Super Bowl starved city. Can Carson Wentz, North Dakota's finest, handle it?
I would say that he could probably handle it better than Sam Bradford, just on the sleeves aspect alone. I'm hammering Sam for his sleeves. You can't play quarterback in today's NFL with those things hanging off your arms.
Well, it's funny you said that because, in fact, I have a Taylor, Pasquale. Okay, now, Pasquale Taylor is working on the sleeves because that's a big. We call him Sandy Sleeve. We mock him.
Okay, good.
Over the sleeves because you're right. You can't have those sleeves with the little dangly arms that he has.
Exactly. Yeah. And now I hear that you're thinking that Sam Bradford could get traded, maybe. Like they're putting his name out there to like Denver.
Yeah, I actually heard that last night, PFT, that he's happy with. They just assume go in with Sanchez.
Okay, here's what you do though. If you're the Eagles and you want to get rid of Bradford, you call up Andy Reid. Andy will give you a first and a second round pick. Do the old cold trick, the old cold swap. He'll give a first round pick for.
Well, you gonna go Kevin Cobb on me, PFT?
Yes. I think that's the only hope that you guys have to get rid of Sam. I think Wentz is going to be a better quarterback. He plays in a cold weather city, but he plays in a dome, which I don't know really what to think of that. It's like if I was Carson Wentz and I wanted to prove how tough I was, I would have demanded that they take the dome off in North Dakota Stadium.
Well, that's a great point.
Honestly, like it shows a little bit of arrogance on his part that he didn't do that.
Well, PFT,
So
let me
that's
ask
a
you
red
this.
flag in my opinion.
Dude, let me ask you this. You like to write. You have a fine blog,
Yes.
right? Pardon
Part of my take.
Part of my take.
which I like. And let me ask
Subscribe and tell all your friends, and then unsubscribe, and then resubscribe.
It helps us out in the iTunes
you.
ranking.
I feel it, brother. All right, so let me ask you guys, what do you think of this writing? You don't get through winters with an average temperature of 12.8 degrees without being a certain kind of tough. The cracked skin, dried blood kind of tough. You know who wrote that?
That was Carson Wentz, right?
That's right, man.
Ooh.
In the Players Tribune.
Yes!
Yeah.
That's right, PFT.
Inside the dome, it gets pretty chilly.
Yeah, that was like fan fiction for me, man. I was like looking at that like mommy porn. That's good stuff right there.
Is that great stuff?
Yeah.
Can
We
I
think Big Hat?
Can I reverse it on you and ask you guys if you are like totally sold on Carson Wentz? Have you done that with your own
I am
brain
not.
now?
I am not. I
We're
am
trying to.
The Philly thing where you're like, oh man, this
Yeah.
is the guy, even though we all.
I debated myself yesterday on the plane
Yeah.
because we had a mechanical, and so we sat for many hours, and so I debated myself on Carson. I was poking holes for my own Carson Wentz excitement, and of course I can't tell you he's going to be a stud. All I know is he's 6'5", 237. Can throw the 9-ball, PFT.
That's important.
All right?
Yeah.
And,
He has an NFL arm.
He
Right.
looks good. He
Yeah.
looks good in shorts. That's a big part
so
too.
I go, all right, I'd rather bet on him than bet on Nick Foles.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. So you guys and Sam Bradford totally out on it.
Listen, he's going to come here, and he's going to play the season out, and then he'll be gone.
By the way, there are some balls on Sam Bradford to be complaining about where he's at right now.
That's right.
How much money has he made?
PFT commented.
It'll be $113 million after this.
Is that a joke? Was that a joke number you just made up?
No.
Over $100 million.
After this
And he's complaining like he's being the victim here.
He's as many winning seasons as you, as both of you guys.
Yeah. And PFT, how about this? How about he's earned $78 million thus far, right? And he's thrown 78 touchdown passes.
Well, I will say this. Think of all the interceptions that he hasn't thrown. Like, the 2 seasons he was injured, that was probably Sam Bradford at his most efficient, right? You can't lose any games if you got
That's
an
right.
ACL.
Is that amazing? $1 million per touchdown pass.
That's efficient. Are you guys Doug Peterson guys?
No.
Well,
I want to get the feel, like for the feel, like
all right,
where are you guys at?
Well, first we are in like you understand, man. We've been through it, dude. Big Cat, like I get it's been tough in Chicago, and I actually worked in Chicago as a sports writer years ago, and I remember Jim Harbaugh was the quarterback then. It was the twilight days of Mike Ditka, right? It was before. My man, I can't believe I forget with the mustache.
It's Juan,
Dave Wani, who I loved. He was a great guy. But again, he went through the whole thing, right? Curtis Conway.
Yeah, there's a long list. I'm not making fun of you guys.
No, so I feel and I feel your pain. Like,
Yeah.
But here's the thing that we never had, that you had. You had, even if you didn't remember it, you had 85.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't even remember it, if you weren't even born,
Right.
it doesn't matter because you had it.
You had Freddie Mitchell, though. Those were some pretty good years.
Who's still in jail, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, good
Yes.
to see he's doing well.
He's shipping
Yeah,
grandma
right.
weed.
That's actually exactly what I
He
expected.
had a box of weed sent to his grandmother's house.
Right, they don't call him Fred X for nothing, right?
He delivers all the time, baby. And there was also an insurance scam, but whatever. So here's where we stand, right? So we go back. Let's just take our history from 1999.
Okay.
All right? So we'll just go from 1999. The Eagles drafted Donovan McNabb.
Boo!
Right, you remember?
You're reversing it?
Right,
That's
that's why
what
we're
it is.
here, man.
Okay, all right,
We're
okay.
going to cheer Carson Wentz and reverse the curse. So anyway, Town wanted Ricky Williams, whatever. Donovan, who's from Dalton,
Chicago, yep.
a leafy southern suburb,
Yep.
right, south of Chicago. And so here's Donovan, and he gets booed. And I sat in his living room in Dalton as his mom was making pancakes. He goes, "Mom, I think they booed you." Like legit, man. Like,
Welcome to Philly.
right, exactly. He could never, he didn't dig it, the whole thing. And what happened was, in 2002, they go play Tampa Bay, the last game of the vet, they lose. They're a favorite. I mean, PFT, they're a favorite. It's cold. The Buccaneers can't win in the cold. And they lose. All right? Now they're over 03 championship game. Carolina stinks, right? They're playing games at home.
Jake Delhomme.
Right.
You can't beat
They
that.
lose.
Come on.
Super Bowl. If anybody was right to be beaten, the Patriots one time were it was 2004.
That was the year. That was
Right.
the year you could have done it, yeah.
Right?
And was that in Jacksonville?
Yes.
Yeah.
In dumpy Jacksonville, right? And what happens? The game's tied at halftime. They leave points on the field, right?
McNabb left more than points on the field.
Yes, he did.
He left
Chunks.
his lunch on the field.
Yes. And so they lose that.
Yeah.
And then in 08, there's like a renaissance. Something happens. They get hot out of nowhere. They go to the championship game against the Arizona Cardinals. It's the Arizona Cardinals. All right? You got to beat the Arizona Cardinals.
Now, when you keep saying, like, it's the Arizona Cardinals, it's the, Carolina Panthers.
Everybody says same
they're-
with the Eagles.
Yeah, they're saying it's the Philadelphia
Exactly.
Eagles. Okay, all right, I just wanted to-
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
They lose, right? Like, come on, man. And you know that the odd year you get hot, you got to get to the Super Bowl. They're going to play the Steelers, all Pennsylvania Super Bowl. PFT
Yeah.
was supposed to be that.
Well, would you rather trade like your last 20 years for the Browns' last 20 years?
No, well, Cleveland's in a different kind of
I'm
house.
just saying, you guys have a special
Cleveland-
kind of misery, but is your
No.
misery worse than just
No,
like
it's not.
abject failure at
No,
everything?
Cleveland is the bottom.
Did you think Cleveland kind of took the Eagles on that trade?
No.
We were actually talking about it in the
Yeah.
car, and it's actually very dangerous to give Cleveland more draft picks.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like giving JPP more fireworks.
Yeah, it's not a good. You guys guys actually like are on the hook for maybe some manslaughter down the line.
I'll tell you, guys, hang in, all right? Because you're our guys, PFT commenter and the big cat from Barstool Sports, Barstool Chicago. We wanna ask you where we have to go.
Okay.
We need a blessing, PFT, from you.
You want me to bless the Eagles?
And I do. And we're gonna tell you just the last snip of the quarterbacks and the reason why we want Carson Wentz. We're the morning show, Anthony Gargano. We're live right here overlooking State Street in the great city of Chicago.
Cool. Nice to meet you.
You guys going to dinner tonight?
Live here on Draft Day 2016 here in Chicago. As we get ready for tonight. Big night. We got the 4 tickets in place. Thanks to our man Oni from the NFL. He's the best Oni. He's a Philly guy. And he took care of us as we're going to go. And the thing is to reverse the curse from what happened in 1999 and go to the draft and cheer the selection of Carson Wentz, thereby appeasing the gods. Now we got our man Big Cat from Barstool Sports Chicago, PFT commenter, legendary bloggers, big time guys here at the draft.
So you want me to bless the city of Philadelphia?
I
you want me to bless Carson
I
Wentz?
want you the blessing of us trying to reverse the curse. Do you,
I've got some-
appreciate that?
I do appreciate that. I'm trying to think, like, I don't want to use holy water. I've got some Fireball in a flask in my backpack.
You do?
Yeah, you want me to get the Fireball?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll
What about that? You were talking about the whip beer you
I'll
had.
sprinkle some Fireball on your forehead,
Yes.
and I'll bless you
Yeah.
for Carson
You
Wentz.
need to
I like
burn
that.
something too.
Yeah.
You burn something?
Yeah.
See that? See our producer? Can I
Yeah.
burn him?
Yeah. Why not?
Well, actually, his socks, because he hasn't changed his socks.
That's
In fact, he forgot to pack socks.
It's hot in here too.
Right, right. So, dude,
Oh,
he
yeah,
forgot
day
to
old
pack
socks,
socks.
baby.
And what he did was he turned them inside out. And he's wearing the same socks he had all day
It's a
yesterday.
veteran.
When in Rome, right?
That's gritty. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Turn the underwear inside out.
High
put on
motor.
a swimsuit if
High
you have
motor.
boxers. Yeah.
What? I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
What is your old friend Chip Kelly gonna do?
He's going to flop because he's the biggest fraud in the history of sports.
Oh, yo, wow, that was right out of the gate.
I
Tell me how you really feel.
He's definitely going to take a white guy. We know that. Now, which white guy is he going to take?
You guys know it.
Very good. Nah, he's just a fraud. That's all he is. He just belongs to college.
So if he goes,
He needs Phil Knight's money to go pay players.
if he goes to San Francisco and it has success, are you guys now going to be like, what? Now Philadelphia's really cursed.
No. Well,
If he wins a Super Bowl in
dude,
San
let me
Francisco.
tell you something. He wins Super Bowl. I'm giving up the sport.
Yeah, we're out.
Okay,
All right.
all right, that's fair. I heard that here.
You
heard
That's
that.
on there.
That's
You're
right.
giving up
Documented.
football. if Chip Kelly wins a Super
I
Bowl.
love it. All right?
Okay,
I'm giving it up.
that's fair.
It's like a
All right.
retirement match in wrestling. We don't really mean it, but
It's like when
we're
old
gonna say
poker, when the poker players, when the World Series of Poker got big and they had like all these idiots come in and win it, and you're like, I can't play this sport.
Yeah, right. So I'm done.
Okay, all right,
It's to me.
all right.
But we're actually going to go seek out Chip and go to a hotel and boo him.
Yeah, I love that. That would
You like that
actually
idea?
help to reverse the curse of Chip. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, we're going to do that. Johnny, what game are we doing?
Miami, I think.
Miami we're going to? We're staying at Baldy's house?
I
Our
like
buddy
it.
Baldy from the NFL Network is going to, he owns like 7 properties in South Beach.
Nice.
He's going to give us one.
I like how much you guys are booing everyone, but when does throwing stuff at people come into play?
You know, oftentimes.
We just did that
Like,
in
when
the
does that
Flyers
stop?
game.
Yeah,
You didn't
you
hear.
saw that, right, on the ice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was. I actually love Philly because I think you guys have a bad rap, but I think you should own it more. Like you guys should throw stuff at people every game.
Yeah, I think what it is, like, dude, like, we
No, I seriously like.
we hear
Philly
it
is a
all
hard
the-
place
right,
to play.
right.
yeah, but we hear it all
Yep.
the time. Like, you don't understand, like, just being the bad guy all the time. It gets old.
Oh,
man.
see, I would love it.
Just
Embrace
own
it.
Yeah,
It
it
turned
gets
into the
old.
skin.
Yeah.
I love the fact that the Flyers were handing out things that were perfect, like palm-sized projectiles to throw. It's like giving a kid a gun.
Right.
And like, what did you
I
expect
know.
was
And
going to
then
happen?
turning the safety off.
Yeah, yeah.
But here's the thing, though. We're like at the end of Scarface, right? Tony Montana's too much wine, and
Got it.
he's stumbling around. He goes, say hello to the bad guy. And, like, we're tired of being a bad guy. We want to be the good guy. We want to win.
No,
all right?
I-
we want to
Be who
win. We
you
want
are.
the
Be who
kid.
you are.
Yeah.
But dude, it's no fun being a bad guy.
I think you say that, but if you started being the good guy and if Philly started getting this like reputation as a really friendly place, you'd hate it instantly.
We wouldn't know what to do.
No,
Instantly.
we embrace it,
You're
man.
just saying this. This is like after you drink too much one night, you're like, I'm never drinking again. As soon as I put something in your hand, you're throwing it right on
No,
the
dude,
field.
I'm telling you. Carson Wentz is the guy to lead us.
All right, so what's,
All right.
what's Peterson doing? If you're a head coach, it's 101. What you got to do is you got to suck for a year, and then that buys you some time to then draft a quarterback, which gives you 2 more years to develop him. Like Peterson, he's going to draft a quarterback now. He's only going to have 2 years. It's 2 years, put up or shut up. First year, if you're a head coach, you just don't draft a quarterback, and then you get 3 years.
Well, yeah, that's usually how it works. But they're sitting at 13. They get to 8, and they go, "We'll never be this high again. We got to go get the quarterback." And so Howie Roseman, the GM, because this is more a GM coach collaborative mission than it is the coach is all omniscient.
Well, tell me, what was Howie doing last year? What was
Howie-
his, what was
How-
his job?
how-
His day to day.
He was equipment manager.
Yeah, he was in another. He was in his office got moved because Chip moved his office.
He was telecommuting.
Jock straps.
That's almost as big a power move as making us share mics.
Yes,
Moving an office, just being like, you're all the way over there.
that's what Chip did.
Yeah.
Chip did that to him.
That's
and now
awesome.
Howie rose from the ashes, like a
He's
phoenix.
back.
So now he's in charge. But just tell me, man. Tell me that Carson Wentz is going to be legitimate. That's all I want to know. See, I want to know that Carson Wentz can handle it. Like the only other great athlete that came from North Dakota is Roger Maris. And remember, the pressure got a little
Decent, but yeah.
debilitating when
Yeah.
he was going for the record, and Barry Pepper had to play him,
Right.
which made it even more debilitating. Right? So, could Carson Wentz be the savior from North Dakota?
I think he's your best chance right now. I'll say that. You got to at least give him a shot.
At what point do Philly fans turn on him? So you draft Carson
No,
Wentz,
we're-
okay?
we're not
But
turning
let's just say you draft Carson
We're
Wentz.
good guys now.
Sam Bradford gets traded. Carson Wentz starts week 1. How much rope does Carson Wentz get?
Got plenty of rope.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
So you
This
got
is.
rope.
I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
we
I
know
know
exactly
I
what
read
it
it
is.
before.
Got rope,
It's
man.
you guys got to give him
We
a little
got patience.
slack.
We're giving him slack.
Okay.
It's a new day in Philadelphia. Guys, thank you so much. PFT commenter, the big cat, Barstool Sports in Chicago. You guys are terrific.
We appreciate it. You got to get our guy Smitty on.
Go with
Barstool Philly. So get him on.
I like
He's
it.
got it all. He's got the Doug
You guys
Peterson
are
story.
blowing up too, man. You'll be in New York. You're going to be national.
All over the place.
Godspeed, man.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
Jeff.
coming to our
boys.
beautiful city.
Appreciate
Sorry for
it,
the
man.
weather, as always.
Nah, man, I love Chicago. It's a great, great town. Johnny Marks, I'm so excited.
All right, let's do it.
We got